In these changing times, artists and performers across Central Florida are creating new ways to connect with the world. They are sharing their gifts and inspiring others through social media right from their living rooms. That's all starting in 3, 2, 1. I'm Renata Sago, your host. Let's set the mood for a little trivia today. Put on my glasses, because hey, why not? Always nice to learn a little something. Okay. Which of the following musical genres was the 1950s crossover blend of rhythm and blues and country music? Is it A, sassafras? Is it B, rockabilly? Or is it C, punk? If you guessed B, rockabilly, you're rocking it. Today's guest is a rockabilly musician who's performed at some popular spots across Central Florida, from Will's Pub to the Imperial Lounge. His name is Tom Cooper. He's here with us. Hey, Tom.
How you doing, Renata?
Hey, you look great. This is your rockabilly gear, huh?
Well, yeah, I guess it is. More like a Cuban. I think I got this off of a Cuban guy that passed away.
Oh, really? Well, you look great.
Yeah.
So basically, for those of us who guess sassafras or punk, totally not rockabilly, you've just got an extensive historical memory of the genre itself. What is rockabilly exactly?
It's kind of basically kind of a blend of a country white guys trying to listen into R&B and soul type stuff and kind of getting all charged up and wanting to bring it back to their music. I think that's kind of how I understood it. But sort of a bluegrass gone electric and rock, southern guys playing big city, boogie type stuff.
Yeah, so you're very funny, and I'm just really excited to talk to you a bit about your own journey. You're a native Floridian, Florida grown. You joked when we talked earlier about getting your start in really bad rock bands in your 20s. At
Yeah.
what point did you really get serious about your music?
Well, about the 2000s, I got into the whole Americana trip, and I heard a lot of steel guitar on there, and I just could never find anyone to play it. And so I just took it up myself. I was getting older. I thought, well, I'll start learning the steel. And sure enough, I hooked up with some younger guys that do songwriting, and I ended up learning the steel guitar, and it really took me into places I never would have gone before. And but you have to be real. You have to buckle down and really learn the steel. And I quit. Yeah, I got settled down and married, and I, got serious and really dug into music, and that was sort of my high, learning the steel guitar and learning the whole different styles from jump blues to swing. I really get excited more about the swing than anything else. Western swing, jump blues. That's kind of where I get excited. Rock and roll, early rock and roll, rockabilly, and country are great. But the swing harmonically, there's a lot more going on in swing. The chord structures are more sophisticated, and there's just a lot of cool stuff to play over.
So, what's really cool about you is that, I mean, you're one of few steel guitarists in this region, and you taught yourself watching YouTube videos, but then at the same time, you play other instruments too, right? Like you were just performing with BMO before COVID hit.
Yes, I took a crash course in mandolin some time ago, and I just have it still in the corner. And every time, once in a while, I'll get a call to play it. And sure enough, BMO, I guess their guy is having a baby with his wife, and they needed me to fill in, and I had to take a crash course in Irish BMO music.
So the thing about you is that you're really transitioning. You're in the midst of embarking on a solo career. Before COVID hit, you
Yep.
were going to be performing at Uncle Lou's regularly, and that changed. You'd had a pass with the Oak Hill Drifters. What are some of your visions, your passions for going solo? How you want to work with other people and who you want to work with?
Right before the pandemic, I was about to do an Imperial Lounge gig with Anthony Leon doing accompaniment, pedal steel, dobro, mandolin, guitar. And it was just going to be, we're still doing that. And it's a great gig. I can't wait. I love his stuff. And he's just a ton of fun. But on my solo stuff, I kind of, we're going to make, that's more for the money gig. And my solo stuff, I like to get some money gigs too. But they're much more difficult. So playing solo is not easy. And if I have like 3 hours of music I can do at any given time, and starting to bring the steel guitar in even solo. And I just want to. But as far as my solo music, I actually have a trio forming. It's just going to be a once a month kind of gig, not really for money, more for spiritual, just enjoyment. Me and my original bass player from years ago, Gus Ramage, he helped me start the old band, the Oak Hill Drifters, and we're kind of teaming up again and going to do a trio, plus writing our own original music, doing some classics, and I'll still be doing this solos and accompanying people, but the trio is really exciting. I'm going to get maybe add a keyboard player, but mostly a trio, and just do what we want to do.
All right, cool. So you've shared some videos with us. Before we check them out, I just want to ask you, you're solo now. What is the Tom Cooper experience? What are we getting when we come see you, just you?
A lot of stuff that you would never hear in the old group that I just never had time, or we didn't have enough bandwidth to get it in there. Just stuff that wasn't really stuff that I'm just old songs I've found, stuff that just never made it into the group. Stuff I'm working on currently that's on my mind. I write more about relationship, people stuff, not so much topical political stuff, but more about people and relationships. And most of my songs are about just pretty much fun barroom stuff, but sometimes some interpersonal messages. And my deep love for old 40s and 50s, but not bound to it. I'll go outside into the Americana field, but still stay true to the 40s and 50s sound, but I'm not bound to it. I'll kind of stretch out, and you'll hear a wide variety of just stuff I like, from early swing, rock and roll, some jump blues, and some country, but and the stuff I've written that doesn't really fall into anything
Yeah.
category.
Well, Tom, I'm so excited for us to check out your videos. Let's look at them right now.
All right, it's time to swing it out with that sweet baby Grace. Well, she wakes up every morning with a big smile on her face. Oh, my sweet baby Grace. She's the prettiest girl in town. Love to take her all around. Thought about my sweet baby Grace. She loves to go out walking, no particular place to go. We'll find out where we're supposed to be. When we get there, we won't know. I'll put on my Billboard hat. I'll be feeling solid jack. Walking with my sweet baby Grace. Gonna light a big cigar, then I'll play my steel guitar. Play it on my sweet baby Grace. I'll get it now. Got the whole family in a whirl. Never seen such pretty little girl. Talk about my sweet baby Grace. Everybody wants to see her. She'll be going home with me. Oh, that's my sweet baby Grace. She loves to watch her daddy when he hollers, back, back, go. Love to watch him swing it out. She's that little baby, don't you know? See, I thought I knew love till God sent her from above. Send me my sweet baby Grace. I thought I knew love We'll go walking after midnight, searching for you. I walk for miles on the highway, but that's just my way of saying I love you. Always walking after midnight, searching for you. Stop to see a weeping willow crying on a pillow. Maybe she's crying for me. The night wind whispers to me, looking up so gloomy. I'm lonesome as I can be. Go out walking after midnight out in the starlight, just hoping maybe somewhere you're walking after midnight, searching for me. Oh, look around. Stop to see a weeping willow crying on a pillow. Maybe she's crying for me. The night wind whispers to me, is looking up so gloomy. Lonesome as I can be. I go out walking after midnight out in the starlight, just hoping maybe somewhere you're walking after midnight, searching for me. Go out walking after midnight, searching for me. Go out walking after midnight, searching for me. Dandelion. Oh, my dandelion, why are you always crying? It's getting mighty crowded in that field of green. You're just a lonely flower getting on the earth by the hour. But you and me go find another scene. I'm not in a hurry. Springtime love's just begun. So don't you worry. We got lots of time to flower in the sun. Soft pink and yellow, purple love ground in the meadow. Fuzzy tangerine, spotted butterfly. Oh, weeping willow crying on her pillow. Don't let this love pass us by. I'll pass you by. But you and me go find another scene. But you and me go find another scene.
Oh, that was amazing. Who are your influences? Because I mean, you're evoking so much.
Well, for this music I'm doing now, I can't get enough of the old Bob Wills Western swing stuff. That and like some of the early rock and roll from the '50s and jazz, early jazz. You know, the swing era jazz, not where it gets so, you know, the bebop stuff. Kind of, I can't really get. I have no hope of ever playing that, but an old swing tune just knocks me out. Louis Jordan, Cab Calloway is so much fun. If I could just get an ounce of Cab Calloway in me, Wynonie Harris, of course, and Bob Wills, and some of the other Hank Penny comes to mind. Of course, well, Hank Williams Sr. too. I mean, that he kind of covered a lot of that too. I really got into Hank Sr., but I had to graduate from that because eventually you kind of want a more harmonic, complex structure. But Hank, there's a lot in Hank's music that's really neat. Simple, plain spoken English that's done really well. And Little Richard and the Fats Domino, and there's so much cool stuff. And then the modern artists, more like Nick Curran and J.D. McPherson, Kim Lenz. She's really powerful force. And gosh, there's so much to listen to these days.
Yeah, I mean, that's a rich musical palette. Rest in peace to Little Richard, and I'm a huge Cab Calloway fan, so it's just awesome to see your
Cab
work.
Calloway. I covered two solo. I used to cover two Cab Calloway songs, but I haven't put them in the solo set yet. Although I think I did Reefer Man once. But I do a couple of his songs, but they're a blast.
Can you do an impression right now?
Lightly, sprightly, and politely, we're gonna see that old Reefer Man. Talk about that Reefer Man. Have you ever seen that funny Reefer Man? You ever seen that funny Reefer Man? If he says he swam to China and he'll sell you South Carolina, you know you talking to that Reefer Man. That's great lyrics.
Tom Cooper, you are great. How can we follow you? We want more.
Yeah, Facebook, you know, this usual. All I have is Facebook page, TC Cooper Music, TC Cooper Music, and then my personal page, Tom Cooper. We don't have a name yet for the new little trio, so I don't know what that's going to be. I decided we're going to come up with a new name and new concept. But yeah, just TC Cooper on Facebook. That's pretty much it.
Wonderful. It's been a delight chatting
there
with you. Looking forward to following the rest of your work. And thank you. Thank you so much for being here on Live from Home. Stay great. And remember, we're always looking for more talent. I know it's out there. All you have to do is submit your video to live@orangetvfl.net. Do it through Dropbox or WeTransfer, and we might use it on a future episode of Live from Home. Until next time, stay well.